original stolen ideas. The opening introduction text is not only the same one from the old Flash Gordon serial, you didn't even change the font. The opening shot of a spaceship is the same one from the movie Predator. In your episode 1 movie, it flies in the same trajectory across the screen, a spaceship which looks very much the same.
Come on, this is a complete waste of your time.
Here's a list of sources from which you stole. Flash Gordon, Silent Run, Hidden Fortress, Seven Samurai, Metropolis, Lensman, Isaac Asimov, Dune by Frank Herbert, Forbidden Planet, The Fifth Element, Judge Dredd, Minority Report, Quake Landing, Blade Runner, Dersu Uzala, Throne of Blood, Nausicaa, Lord of the Rings, Kamui no Ken, Predator, Batman TV Show, Space Pirate Captain Harlock, Man with the Golden Gun, Galaxy Express 999, Gladiator, Lost in Space, Thunderball, the SR-71 Blackbird, Spaceballs, Person on the Moon, Phantom Ministers, Pat Elbert and Cosby Kids, Ben-Hur, 2001 Space Odyssey, Star Trek, Concepts by Sid Mead, Triumph of the Will, John Carter Mars, Dinotopia, AI, Wagner's Ring Cycle, Metal Warriors, War of the Worlds, Phantom Empire, Roger Rabbit. Whew. You have spent a lifetime of lawsuits suing people for trying to rip you off, and yet you have built a corporate empire out of the theft of these previously existing works. Flash Gordon, Liquid View Screen. Forbidden Planet, Melting Door, Gas Stack from the Batman TV series, Robots from the Metal Warriors video game, Breathing Device from the James Bond film Thunderball, Underwater City Membrane, Wall from the Abyss. The Rabbit Ear Frogman is really Roger Rabbit all over again. Not to mention his lines are stolen from Wayne's World. Squeeze me. The Brilliant City stole from Dinotopia, Ship Out of Gas. The Atlanta Desert Planet from Spaceballs. Riki Matsumoto's Queen Lydia stolen scene with kid giving Queen Hancock jewelry. The end battle scene includes spaceship designs as well as a kid wearing World War II goggles pulling a craft they stole, blowing up the big spherical command ship.
You can't expect to hold me responsible for everything my employees have done.
The SR-71 Blackbird.
I can't know what every designer is thinking.
Let me read your original synopsis compared to that of Kurosawa's Hidden Fortress. It is the 33rd century, a period of civil wars in the galaxy. A rebel princess with her family, her retainers, and the clan treasure is being pursued. If they can cross territory controlled by the Empire and reach a friendly planet, they will be saved. A sovereign knows this and posts a reward for the capture of a princess. And here's the synopsis from Kurosawa. It is the 16th century, a period of civil wars. A princess with her family, her retainers, and the clan treasure is being pursued. If they can cross enemy territory and reach a friendly province, they will be saved. The enemy knows this and posts a reward for the capture of the princess. As a matter of fact, you even considered acquiring the rights to Hidden Fortress because essentially it was the same thing, didn't you? Why would you feel the need to acquire the rights if it was only an homage? Why would you acquire the rights to a movie that you were supposedly just making a reference to, a little homage? Why would you feel that, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Because that was not your intention. Doesn't that sound very familiar? It does to me.
Sounds pretty familiar to me.
And of course, every drooling fanboy, including yourself, will claim that it's an homage. Now let's take a look at the definition of an homage. Homage is generally used in modern English to mean any public show of respect to someone whom one feels indebted. In this sense, reference within a creative work to someone who greatly influenced the artist would be an homage. It is typically used to denote a reference in a work of art or literature to another, at least somewhat widely known. In literature and film, an homage is similar to illusion, except that whereas illusion merely refers to it was no homage. It was based upon the original work of another. Based upon it. It was a complete copy of another. Later on, you changed it. You have made claims, and I quote, I had the project in mind even before I started my last picture, referring to your movie about teenagers and cruising and drag racing. And as soon as I finished, I began writing it in January 1973. Now early, the first quote says, and then I thought of Hidden Fortress, which I'd seen in 1972 or 73. It sounds here like you may have even gotten the idea from seeing it. In fact, I wrote 4 entirely different screenplays for Star Strike, searching for just the right ingredients, characters, and storyline. It's always been what you might call a good idea in search of a story. Sounds like you didn't have a story at all, did you? You actually saw Hidden Fortress and just said, hey, I'm going to steal that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to use that. You had no vast and genius vision. You had no story. You had no characters, no plot. All you had was an idea to sell a concept, merchandise, toys, comics, and games. According to your former vice president of Lucasfilm, you had already planned to sell merchandising rights before even filming one single frame of your first space saga. And you were going to open these Star Strike stores. Is that not true?
What?
And, as quoted in one of your biographies, I'm going to make 5 times as much money as Francis on these science fiction toys, and I won't have to make The Godfather. And I quote, I've made what I consider the most conventional kind of movie I can possibly make. Now, you have made claims in the past about breaking out of the Hollywood system, about being frustrated with Hollywood execs. Studios sue to concoct their own ridiculous movie marketing ideas, telling directors to put things into their movies in order to sell them to a wider audience. Just better sell the movies. Even though it stands in contradiction to the filmmaker's script or original ideas. You are no better and no different than a silly, ridiculous studio exec yourself, concocting lazy and moronic ideas for movies out of thin air just by looking at the works of others and incorporating them into your movies.
Yeah.